So now we can look at advanced lines like this. Illustrate the solutions. The solution of y is greater than x plus 5 on the x or y plane below by shading the wanted region for the domain -3 to 2, or maybe x is between -3 and 2, including the boundaries. So this domain there is just telling you about the x values, that you should have -3 as the smallest x value, followed by -2, -1, 0, all the way to 2. So in short, you are starting from -3 going to 2, like that. So you don't need to worry about this part, and you can ignore the drawings here. I just got this from one of my students. So now I'll use this graph to sketch it. I wish I could use this, but because of this mess I can't. So now we are sketching the graph of y is greater than x plus 5. Let me just write the equation down. Y is greater than x plus 5. So now to do this, you need a table first. So you can have a table like this. X, Y. So you need 3 boxes here. It's okay, you can have 2 boxes. You should be able to get your answer correctly, provided you do everything correctly. So the 3rd box is there to verify. In case you miss one of these 2, the 3rd box will show you that there is something wrong with your work. So now you can pick any of these points from your domain as long as they are easy for you to work with. So for me, I think I can pick -3. -3 will be easy for me to work with. And then I think a 0, 2. A 0 will be easy, and then I can also pick a 2. It's better to pick points which are further apart to improve your accuracy. So now let's fill the other boxes in. So to fill these other boxes, the y boxes, all you need to do is substitute this x value in the given equation, and then you should be able to find the corresponding y value. So we have y is greater than x plus 5. So in this case, you can even use an equal sign there, because you are just trying to find the corresponding y value. So where there is x there, you can put -3. So for now, let me just use an equal sign, plus 5. So now you have y is equal to -3 plus 5. So when you have different signs, the rule is subtract and get the sign from the bigger number. So you have -3 plus 5. So all you need to do here is to subtract these 2 numbers. Subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. By smaller number, I mean 3, not -3. So you can say 5 minus 3, the answer is 2. And then the bigger number here is a 5. So this will be +2. I mean +2 because we are getting the positive sign from here. So you have a 2 there. And then when x is equal to 0, this one will be, where there is x, I'll put my 0 there, and then plus 5. and then 0 plus 5, this is still a 5, right? It's like saying nothing plus 5. So this one is still a 5. And then next, you fill the last box in by following the same procedure. So you can say y is equal to, where there is x, you can put a 2 plus 5. So this plus this is 7. You can write your 7 there. So by feeding this box up, you have all the coordinates you need to sketch the line of this equation. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's plot the points. And remember, this one here is saying strictly greater than x. We have no equal sign there. So that means we are expecting a broken line, not a solid line like this. You only have a solid line when you have greater than or equal to, or maybe less than or equal to, or the equal to sign. As long as there is an equal sign somewhere, your line will always be solid. And then as long as there is no equal sign, like in the case of less than or greater than, your line will always be a broken line. So let's plot these points. The first point is -3, 2. So that means x is -3, x is -3 is here, and then y is 2, y is 2 is here. So the meeting point is there. You can put a cross like that. And then next we have 0, 5. So in this case, x is 0, and then y is a 5. So this is where your 5 is. Remember what I said in the other video, in case you have a 0, 5, your x is 0, it means your point should be along the y-axis. So your point will be here, since y is 5 and then x is 0. Then lastly, we have 2, 7. 2 is here. Remember, x comes first, 2 is here, and then 7 on the y-axis. So we have a 7 there. So now we can draw a broken line. Why is it a broken line? Because the equation is strictly greater than. So you can do this. Make sure that your line is straight and it's able to touch all of your 3 points. So if any of your 3 points is missing, you can check your work. Okay, so now here is the other part, the last part. So for the last part, you want to pick a point either on this side of the line or this side. So when you pick that point, you will test it in the equation, or in equation y is greater than 5. Yes, and then after you test it, if you are getting a true mathematical statement, then you can shade the side where you picked that point. So make sure that you are picking the point either this side or this side, not on the line. Okay, so since it's entirely up to you to pick that point, you want to make sure that you pick a point that is very easy to work with. For me, I think that point is 1, 1. I know I can easily work with this. Another one can pick 1, 2, another one 2, 2, another one 0, 0. As long as it's not along this line, that point should be okay. So just make sure that it's easy to work with. So for me, I've picked 1, 1. So it really doesn't matter what point you have picked. and it really doesn't matter which side you pick the point from. So if I pick a point from here and test it in the equation, and then I'm having a true statement, then I'm going to shade the same side where I got the point. If the statement is not true, then I'll shade the other side. Okay, let's check if this one is true or not. So where there is x, where there is y, I can put my 1. Where there is x, I'll also put my 1, since x and 1 are all the same. So this plus this is 6. So is 1 greater than 6? Surely this is not true. Not true. So that means you can't shade this side, because it doesn't matter which point you pick. You can even try it yourself. Try to pick any other point this side, and you will be able to get a statement which is not mathematical. Okay, so when you have a case like this, you shade the other side like this. Sorry, I was looking at my camera instead of looking at my paper. Yes, so please make your shadings simple. You don't need any funny things like this. No, this is enough in mathematics. So if you want, in case you're doubting yourself, you can still pick another point this side and test it. That point will definitely give you a true mathematical statement. Let's pick another point this side. Let's say you have decided to pick this one here. So this point is negative 2,6. You don't need to do that. Negative 2,6. And then the inequation is y is greater than x plus 5. So y here is this, and then x is that. So you can say 6 is greater than, where there is x, you write negative 2, then plus 5. So now negative 2 plus 5, remember, different signs, subtract, and get the sign from the bigger number. So this plus this will be 5 minus 2, which is 3, and then the bigger number is this. So this is a true statement. 6 is indeed greater than 3. So any point you pick from this side will give you a true mathematical statement. This is how you decide which side must be shaded and which side must not be shaded. And of course, you should always remember to name your graph. So this is x plus 5, like that.